Notes on the 4 views of the Vault of Blackbirds. What have you done, Tyro? You go and write your masterpiece and disappear, just like that? Taken by the ruination like all the lucky saps who were spared the torture of surviving it? Taken before I could even meet you? I don't believe it. I don't believe any of them. You knew, didn't you? That the Western Vault would be overtaken by shadow. That the sacred grove would be petrified in place. But most of all, that the Vault of Blackbirds is real. That it isn't a myth or a metaphor. That's where you are, aren't you? Safe and sound while I rot away in this prison. Of course. I can hear them saying, don't you think the vault is just a metaphor? It isn't unlike Tyro to be metaphorical, after all. Clearly the giant in number 3 refers to the vault of giants, and the fox in number 2 refers to the vaults in which Messiah worked. Could the home of the Blackbirds be a metaphor as well? But that is ridiculous. You include metaphors in your poems, Tyro, but not in the titles. I know, for instance, that your early poem, The Sacred Grove Speaks to Me, is non-metaphorical, that it refers to the home of the guardian spirit of the words, Malkai. It would be absolutely ludicrous for such an author as consistent as you to break your own conventions but a single time, and for no apparent reason except to confound me in particular. No, I cannot lapse into despair. I will find the Vault of the Blackbirds. I must. These decades of torment cannot and will not be wasted. The only mystery now left is the meaning of the first poem. Who are the wise sages? Is there meaning in the word turn? Looking back, maybe it has something to do with the peculiar statue in the Vault of Giants. It seems to point towards nothing in particular. Perhaps it has some part to play in the mystery. Oh yeah, I remember those things. I remember those statues. I forget where they are, but I know there are statues. Hello, who are you? Study the soul, power, practical applications, and protective behaviors. For ages, physical defensive measures have been proven ineffective against magic. By order of the king, we've started researching more arcane methods of defense to support the Iron Order. Iron Order. This is from... I'm pretty sure the Iron Order is from, frickin' where Viego's from. Anyway, in exploring the ability to store a soul into the crystal, we have tapped into an unimaginable power. We know that channeling soul energy into crystals can result in some very interesting magic repellent qualities, albeit in small quantities. We've barely been able to charge much more than a fragment as of yet, and doing so makes it behave similarly to true ice. Unbelievably strong, but impossible to touch with bare hands. In fact, most materials are incapable of handling a charged crystal. We've had success with some specific volcanic charcoal, but it's impossible to source the stuff. We've heard tales of hearthblood crafters making all manner of things with special crafting techniques using charcoal, but their ways have long been lost. What we do know is that somehow they were able to manipulate the charcoal with great skill. Our research is still in... I skipped ahead. And the charcoal seems to be able to hold charged crystals. While our research is still in infancy, I can see a future where this power will be wielded by the Iron Order, aiming them with magical strength befitting of the divine purpose. Evans 4 is the volcanic charcoal and paired with a charged crystal would be incapable of our unimaginable power. In the name of the king. The rest of the text is illegible. Yeah, I think that's from Viego's people. Who's this about? Oh, Brahm. Brahm knows of the Hearthblood. In tales of Orn, Hearthblood are craftsmen without bounds. It is said their skill is that of Orn himself. Orn is one of the demigods of the land that Brahm comes from. There's 4 demigods, but we only know 3 of them, really. The one that we haven't seen, really, is the Seal Sister. But we just, hear about her. We haven't actually seen her. The other demigods actually are champions that you can play in the base game. There's Anivia, the Ice Phoenix, Orn, the Craftsman, and Valibear, the Bear. The Bear of the Storm. Orn is a blacksmith, a craftsman who sort of represents building and crafting and that sort of thing. Anivia represents community and people, whereas Volibear represents wildness. And I don't really know what the Seal Sister do because no one knows. At least no one's told us anyway. Orn, the Hearthblood, sounds like tall tales to me. I'd rather focus on real weapons we can hold. They are real. Brahm's shield was a door made by Orn himself, powered by true ice and wielded only by Frelordians of sufficient strength. He's capable of wielding true ice weapons because he is a person capable of that, and I forget the name of it now. But he is one of the few people who can do that. What happened to your shield? I'm not sure. It lost when Brahm drowned. Brahm does not swim. My men pulled him from the waters, but they did not recover his shield. True ice, forged volcanic rocks, crystals with souls on them. How fancy. We must stay in motion. I obtain just a big old crystal. Just obtain a volcanic hearthblood door. Recover his shield. Okay. Obtain the components to craft Orin's will. I'm guessing this is going to be Pyku's weapon. Drakthar's legendary blade. Drakthar was a true embodiment of fear. Few assassins in history have garnered such a reputation, perhaps more legendary than Drakthar himself, however, was his dusk blade. Many have spent lifetimes in search of this blade, and stories say it has claimed countless lives. The blade is said to be hungry for darkness, which it releases into its foes, leaving them stricken with fear. The stories of its power recall those of the Order of the Shadow, those Ionian masters of shadow magic. The Order would surely welcome Drakthar, were he alive today. Perhaps their shadow-manipulating weapons, paired with a sufficient power source, could recreate the blade. Pyku, it's for you! Drakthar. I've heard that name in a memory somewhere. He sounds like a formidable foe, with a formidable blade. This makes him and the Order of Shadow sound righteous, but many in Ionia think them no better than murderers. The Order, Drakthar. I've heard of these in the depths somewhere. In my mind, where can this blade be found? I'm not sure it's even real. It sounds like a scary story told to frighten children and the superstitious. The blade is real, and so is the Order. We must find it. The Order is certainly real, but you don't find them. They find you. They are no friends to the Vastaya. Let's hope they don't find us. Dots. The Shadow Order is real. Did I read this? Handle with care. Sample enclosed. Gems that amplify energy. Can you believe it? They expel energy so rapidly it's almost like black powder. Oh, this is for, misfortune. But significantly more volatile. Just a simple tap to one of these gems can produce an incredible amount of energy. The weapon's applications are limitless. Instead of blasting power, we could just use a small gem. We could make explosives capable of leveling buildings that could fit in your pocket. The only problem being that we can't seem to build anything capable of surviving the blast. We've lost so many cannons, only to be blown to pieces from even this tiniest gem. Not to mention the soldiers lost due to Brutus' handling of the gems. This could be the blasting agent. Would add a lot of firepower to my arsenal. I remember overhearing a mother talking about building much stronger components, capable of handling stronger firepower. This could be exactly the thing she was searching for. Stronger components? Your mother was a skilled craftsman, yes? She was the best damn gun made in the world has ever seen. She made these pistols. A weapon is only as good as the one who wields it. They weren't made for me. They could have been so much more. She held back on purpose. We need to find the extra parts. I remember her writing more about them down. What's between the pages? A drawing. Looks like a map of some sort. Twisted paths and... Ooh. Is that the twisted tree line? There was a map in, one of the, in the base game that they actually removed, because it just wasn't used very often. It was a, map in which 3 people would verse 3 people. So it was kind of like a quicker version of the base game, which 5 versus 5. And, there were 2 lanes, and then stuff in the middle that could empower your characters. So it was a bit of a quicker game. And I used to play that all the time because I would just, have a couple other friends play with me and we would practice with different champions to get better at it. Craft a legendary weapon. Oh, I can craft hers. Heart of the goddess. Nagageboros, the mother serpent, has blessed this idol with her very essence, thundering with the power of divine will. It pulses with magic and calls to those who seek truth. Many idols make capable weapons, but only this legendary weapon has earned the right to claim itself as the very heart of the goddess. Hell yeah! Alright, let's give it to her. Heart of the goddess. Fart of the goddess. Alright. Overflowing tentacle becomes after tentacle. Okay, so I have to enchant it. Definitely, for sure. I guess there's one other thing I didn't read. This. Stewards of the wind. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. There's no greater ally than the wind, for it is her will that frees us from the confines of the land. Her blessings come in many forms, as does her fury. We pray to the wind before every sea voyage in hopes that she will guide us safely and watch over our journey. Some claim to have seen bluebirds when the winds pick up, and the tailwinds seem too good to be true. She is called Jana. I was just about to say, Jana is the wind god. The ancient Shuriman word for guardian. Wearing jewelry in her name has become common practice among sailors. As the wind blesses our travels, so too can her fury bear on those who transgress against her. There are tales of a dragon born from the wind that can level whole armies. The Empyrean is said to be the wind's retribution. For one to truly earn the wind's grace, they must reconcile the duality of wind itself. Few have the patience to truly embrace the full breadth of the wind and find the center. Those who master the wind in its true form, in its neutrality, shall become true stewards of her will. The duality of wind, finding neutrality. The wind has been my ally in vengeance and wrath for a long time. The wind has pushed you forward, kept you in motion. I've used it for the wrong reasons for too long. You can find the balance. Your wind power has saved us more than once and has guided us to safety. Dots. We definitely wouldn't be sailing anywhere without the winds. I need to do more. You will. Okay. I already have some of these. I think I have some of those at least. Oh, Storm Razor. Let me check. No, this one. Storm Razor. Okay, I got those. I just need the effigy of the goddess. Jump to district map. Where would that be at? Oh, it just leads me here? That's all it do? Oh, good. That's what I wanted. Okay, so in my search for the legendary weapons, I found a bit of a, yes, I am using a guide to help me find out where all of these items are, because there's a lot of, like, really hidden stuff in a lot of places that, like, it's too hard for me to just comb through everything to find it again. And then still have time to record and all that. So, I think the final piece of Yasuo's weapon, Storm Razor, is going to be here. We need an effigy of the goddess of wind. And we can get that after defeating some particular person in here. So, alright. This worm, well, it's so ugly I don't see how its own mother could love it. And that's coming from one of the ugliest men in all of Bilgewater. So you know this thing is really ugly. My advice, if you don't send in someone who has a way to clear things off of it and him herself, well, things will get out of control really quickly. Okay. Clear things off of it and themselves. So like a cleansing ability. Okay. Okay, let's try this. I don't think she has a cleansing ability, but we'll see how this goes. So it's a worm. Well, yeah, I was gonna say it's a worm, so it's gonna be underground, isn't it? Oh, it just popped up there.
I will teach you what I can.
Creeping Bow deals very light damage, applies a stack of Creeping Bow. Creeping Bow deals very light damage per stack and adds a stack of Creeping Bile per turn. Yes. Deals very heavy damage. Deals additional damage if target has no stacks of Creeping Bile. Okay. I'm a bit confused by all that, but let's do this. Oh, look at how shiny the weapon is.
Land.
There's a different thing I want to use. I'll use this.
You'll have to do better than that.
Let's end this with a
I
bang.
live for this. I am a teacher. Build what I will learn.
Woo! Everyone, well, it was only 11 XP. I think I was a bit overpowered for that. Here's your prize. Shadow Edge. Probably not something that's useful at the moment. I'm assuming it's a sword. Oh, it is actually a little bit useful. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, let's continue on. Because I have to get a certain point in here. What's today's catch? There's some things that shouldn't be allowed to fight or even see with our own eyes. This harpooner was found inside the belly of a giant fish and survived being in there for 2 days by eating the smaller fish it ate. Disgusting. My advice, seeing how this guy can survive being inside a fish's gut, you need someone who doesn't care about defenses, or who can wear his down. Let's go ahead and use Alawi again, just because she can heal. Wait, so this was inside a sea monster's, like, stomach. I was kind of hoping that we'd fight Nautilus, but Nautilus is huge. Oh, I think this is the guy that we do have to fight anyway. Who's this dude? Oh, reduces non-true damage. Okay. This might actually be a bit difficult. I mean, it might also not be difficult at all. That's also an entirely possible thing. It's not gonna be able to, like, defeat her very easily just because she heals so freaking much. Okay, let's see. Sunder. Apply Sunder. Let's apply Sunder. Half of that she just healed up anyway. Let's see. Ooh, 3,000, 2,000, 3,000. Not that there are any fallen.
I live for this.
There isn't much of a reason to, like, wait for a more powerful ult, I think. It's not that much of a difference in power. Oh, did that use up all my tentacles? Oh well. Stop being so angry. You're fine.
You have the strength of a sister. I've waited for this.
It's a little bit of damage, but we'll be fine. He's like done no damage to her. Okay, so I can do... Oh, it does consume all of them. Okay.
Unworthy.
I mean, it's a long battle, but like, you know what? Let's do this just to end it.
Way to the strong.
I know we've seen it before, but still.
Goddess, guide us.
Bit of overkill, but I could do it, and I wanted to, and it was funny. That one was on the list. What's this? It feels alive. Oh, what a surprise! Looks like you found a bonus. Toy? Congratulations! You can keep that in addition to your prize. It's Jana. Sailors pray for her guidance on difficult routes. It said she helps them navigate the southern coasts of Shurima. Jana the Benevolent? She revels in helping those in need. She uses the wind to help, to protect. Prayers and deities don't keep someone's head above water. I know well the madness I found beneath. A madness that we've put to rest. This is a gift from the Mother. This will give you motion. Ooh. This is Arena King. Is that like literally everything? Oh. Alright. Okay, bye then.